All right, well, welcome everybody to our meeting. This is going to be the, I don't want to be a downer here on this, but this is the first meeting when it's over. It will be dark when we leave.
Oh,
So sorry about that.
right. I thought about that, actually.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, well. And summer's coming along. So anyway, I see that there are no, also, adjustments to the agenda. I have one and I'd like to end sort of a little bit earlier because I have a horse show meeting Zoom meeting at 8 o'clock.
Mm.
And I sort of want to be there just because it's a big fundraiser for the Vermont Morgan Horse Association. And it's coming up in not even 3 weeks. Anyway, if that's okay with folks.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other adjustment I had is that I just wanted to, before we do the learnings and things around the room, is that in the course of finding someone, I already talked to Betsy about this, finding somebody to take my last year's, second cut hay. That person, John Drew, and his wife, Nim, are very, very into controlling invasives. And they have just ordered some sort of a fungus or something that you put on the knotweed.
Oh, wow.
I mean, not the knotweed, the knapweed.
Knapweed, okay.
The knapweed. And it goes down into the stems and it won't grow the next year.
Ooh.
Supposedly. And then they also know of a researcher that's been working on something for knotweed. And they're going to send the link or some information about it for us. But what I thought is that we might have them as guests. The next meeting is actually Indigenous Peoples Day.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't be meeting, and we could either have a special meeting or invite them to come in November. I don't know if you want to do that. I thought it might be fun, and we'll give you a little bit of a start in your interest with knotweed.
I was curious, did you get a hold of
I did,
Steve?
yep.
Super.
Yeah. So he gave me some background on what he did or that he had worked on as a group, and gave me some ideas.
So that was helpful to
Yeah.
connect with him.
Yeah.
And I bet he was pleased to know that someone was interested in picking up the slack.
Yeah, I'll have to find out where he was doing the knotweed removal near Brook, because I haven't seen it.
Oh, we can show you where.
I have seen it, and it's coming back, but
Okay.
not in full force. Both on the Brook side a little bit and on the across the trail on the.
Okay.
But
I'll keep
we
an eye
can
out.
maybe head over that way sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, show you the works. Did you guys get up to Beartown and see what was going on up? Weren't you gonna go up to the solar field and show Scott?
Oh, we didn't go, but I will. I can meet with you and go.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's a second. I didn't know. I thought I heard something about looking at that, but.
What I told him is that we did use the mesh up there, but we hadn't set up a time. I didn't know that. If you'd like to see it, I can show you. And we do have more mesh. It's being stored in the town garage.
Yeah.
And it's growing, but it's not very big. The unfortunate part about the one at the gravel pit area, old gravel pit, is that the large growth is occurring outside everything else.
Oh, okay.
So I think you have to leave maybe more than we had about 6 inches or so.
Yeah.
maybe like 2 feet or something might be better, because it just, we'll go a little bit further and find something to,
Yeah.
so. Anyway, the other thing, which is, but if you want to get together on even, do you work at home or do you work in?
Yeah, I work from home a couple days a week, so I can be fairly flexible with it.
Yeah.
So.
If you want to maybe swing by, not tomorrow, but later this week.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Okay. All right, good. So we have, I think that's a kind of a good thing. I did want to call your attention, and I'm going to send these things out, but the Department of.
Are we into,
No.
adjustments, or are we?
We adjusted. Oh, yeah. I was going to say this,
Oh,
but we can wait. We can talk.
I didn't know where we were, that's all.
Okay, the department, the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department is announcing their fall webinar series.
Oh,
And the one that is coming up on September 30th, the first one is discussion about Vermont's black bears and individuals and communities, and what we can do to better share Vermont with these curious, powerful animals. And so they're really going to get into the bear biology, their ecology, and the factors that bring bears into our community, which we know, but maybe there's some new ones, but what we can do about resolving ongoing issues. And so that is Tuesday. But it is also during the day, it's 1 to 2 on the 30th of September.
and that's a Zoom?
It's a Zoom. And I will send you, and the presenters are going to be Jacqueline Como, who's the Black Bear Project leader, and Jens Hilke.
There was just a good article in Vermont Digger this morning that I transferred to the webpage about why we're seeing an increase in black bears.
Yeah.
So this will be good.
Yeah. I think it will be good. I just have to remember that it's coming up. I put it in my cell phone and I have it in my calendar, so. And then the other thing that's coming up, and it's a little short notice, but it did come out over the weekend, and I can send that link if anybody's interested. Again, Fish and Wildlife and ANR are having a series of discussions, and it's in Hardwick, Vermont, so it's an hour away. But this one that's coming up on Wednesday, the 10th, is about beavers and how they're natural dam builders and how they contribute to the environment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following one is another, I think it's the following Wednesday. I'm going to send you these in emails, but I'm just talking about it a little bit. That one has to do with the watershed. They're all about the watershed, but the first one is about the beavers, and then this next one is about the movement to eliminate some of the dams that are falling down in the area.
Yeah.
And the reasons for doing that, and how that contributes to how we're going to adjust to the climate changes in our weather. And yeah, so and I'll be sending those out tonight if I can do it. If it's not too late after the Heritage Days meeting. But yeah. So anyway, there are no members of the public. Does anyone want to have do you have adjustments to the agenda? Anybody want to add anything?
I have something to add, an idea about an educational piece. So it would come into the area of maybe debriefing with the nature walk, the bird and bug walk, or future fall programs or future programs.
Okay, that sounds good. put it in there. And then I have an idea for the fall too, that I'll bring up afterwards.
Good.
Yeah. All right. So around the room, does anyone have comments for around the room?
Yeah. I got to, excuse me, I got to see a beautiful, silky, very dark Fisher cat found across New Road this morning.
Really?
Its tail was as long as its body.
Wow.
And there was no way I was going to be able to take a picture, but it was really cool. And it was really neat to know that it's there in the area of wild.
Yeah. Was he out in the field or the?
Oh no, he came from the right side of the road, all out of the woods, across the road, and then just probably 200 feet before Marcy's driveway.
Oh, really? Oh, so it's,
Yeah, not in Crane Brook, but
wow,
definitely in the woods there.
that is very exciting. That is, yeah.
They're beautiful, and even though they're so deadly to chickens and things.
Yeah, they are very beautiful. And yeah, I don't see them very often, but I have marveled at them. The last one I saw was carrying a red squirrel in its mouth, and I'm going, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay. So, let's see, do I have some observations? Well, this is not a big deal observation, but yesterday when we did our walk with Mauve and Bernie, I noticed that there was a small little oak tree that has settled itself, which I don't think I've not seen any other oaks in that area that I can remember, or if it's not that I've memorized the entire area, but I thought that was really interesting because I've noticed in the woods behind my house too, there are a lot more young oaks growing in the soil.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we will be seeing those trees are more likely to survive as the climate changes.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. And that's why I guess Ethan Tapper tells everybody to plant an oak seed, an oak.
An acorn.
Yeah, an acorn. Yeah. That was my little observation.
Good.
Yeah.
Lori? Any observations?
Just bears. I said it last month. I feel like this summer is the summer of the bears.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor has some wildlife cameras. He's printed out some images for us of the bear up in his apple tree.
Oh,
And climbed right up the apple tree, and he just put his camera right there to see if he was getting any wildlife activity. So it's happening. They're out there. And it's been kind of interesting.
Neat. Yeah. Does your dog bark when he thinks or she thinks there's something out? Not
Sometimes, but not in the middle of the night. She's pretty sound asleep. But if the bear's out in the early morning, she'll definitely be alert to it. So.
Yeah. The only others.
Did Patrick or Scott?
He's shaking his head. No.
Hello, Patrick.
Yeah, Pat, do you have some observations?
Well, to carry on with what you were saying about oaks, when I was a kid, there weren't any oaks around up here in the so-called Beartown Road, High Meadows area, but we dug some up at some point in Charlotte and planted them on my mother's lawn, and those are giant oak trees now, and I think they might be the parent trees to the others that are growing around here now, because I have a number of them here in my little woods, and I've planted hickory, chestnut, and butternut here, and they seem to be doing all right, except they're extremely slow growing compared to an oak.
Mhm.
And anyway, we've got a little more diversity in our forest now, and I think my family might be responsible for some of that. I hope they don't cause any trouble.
No, I don't think, no, what, your oaks or your family? No, no.
But we've that ship has sailed on my family, but I mean the trees that were.
Yeah. One of the things about that is I haven't noticed any browsing on the oaks, the little oaks that are growing, again, the trail between you and the Nancy, for example. There are a lot of little oaks growing there now, but nothing seems to be nibbling the tops off, which is interesting. So nobody likes to eat them.
Most of the nibblers are pretty well fed from my flower plants, so they probably don't need the extra nutrients from the oak trees.
We have an oak tree that was planted before we moved into our home, and we've been there for 43 years. And it was planted by the previous owners. It's enormous, and there are acorns dropping everywhere. I can't walk around barefoot anymore because they're so sore. They're pokey. But we've had lots of little volunteers. It's pretty cool. And I think you're right about climate change and resilience and.
Yeah. And maybe it was just too cold before in Underhill days of old.
Right.
And now it's the new Underhill. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I felt like that Underhill cold weather was coming back last year. I had to have my roof reinforced because at one point last year I had 4 feet of snow on the roof. So I hope that isn't going to be a regular occurrence. I can't get up on a roof and shovel it anymore.
Yeah, I had a lot of snow on mine too, and I think part of it was we got that ice that it was raining that first really heavy storm. The ice, the snow, the rain turned to sort of that sticky, icy snow, and then it just stuck on the roof. Is what I have solar panels pad on the back side that overlooks the pond area. It's facing sort of south, and I did not make any electricity from January 8th until for 2 months till into March, because it was ice on top of the panels.
Wow.
Little known thing I didn't realize.
Yeah.
But anyway. Okay. So Betsy, are you going to do?
Sure,
small talk?
I have a very dry small talk because I do. It's on migration. And migration, I'm going to sort of read this just because I think it'll be the best way to share it. It means broadly the movement of something from one place to another. It applies to people, animals, data, and even chemistry. And there are several different, human migration refers to the movement of people from one place to another with the intention of settling in a new location, either temporarily or permanently. And two kinds of that. We are internal means staying in the same country. External means moving from one country to another. So that's internal versus external human migration. Voluntary versus forced migration. We're certainly aware of what's going on in our world these days with forced migration, which is people being expelled from their homes due to circumstances beyond their control. Voluntary meaning people choosing to move for different economic opportunities, housing, or to join family. And then there's also the human migration, which has been a defining force through history. In terms of animal migration, it's seasonal or long distance movement of animals from one habitat to another. They migrate to find food, better conditions, and or to reproduce. There are navigational cues, and actually we experienced that yesterday with the hawks. They were broad-winged, broad-tailed hawks that were circling around and calling, and to gather others so that they would migrate, which was pretty exciting. And apparently that was a real highlight, in particular for Mav and others who know birds well. But sun, stars, different landmarks, and the Earth's magnetic field are all sources for navigational cues. Examples would be the journey of the monarchs to Mexico from the north, wildebeest in the Serengeti travel, and then there's a bird called Arctic tern, and they are long distance flights. So the impact will be more and more extreme weather, climate change, and because the animals, birds, all the creatures will need to shift their ranges in response to rising temperatures. Data migration, which is really sort of, I didn't even think about that, but you might have a sense of it with your work in computer and IT, but it's in the context of computer science and means moving digital information from one location, format, or storage system to another. And I don't think about that at all when I use my phone or my computer, but constantly stuff is being moved back and forth. So that's just very brief and spectacular. And we can have a conversation about any of that, but I think this is a very busy time for migration for the reasons, particularly for animals and for humans. Always not a choice.
Yeah. One of the things we learned about actually yesterday is I saw some, and they got very excited. I saw one black-winged warbler in with some chickadees on some gray birch trees. I think they were gray birch. And then all of a sudden there were a lot of them there. And what Mav was saying is that these warblers band together, to start their migratory trek to the south, and they look for where the local birds, like the chickadees, that are feeding, and then they fly in to settle and stock up on calories before they start their next
Smart.
it is their next their next leg of where their journey, which I thought was really smart. I mean, they check out and go, oh, where are they eating? Oh, they're here. And as we watched, the tree did seem to be moving with birds.
A lot of them. Yeah. One thing about Mav is that she has not only the ability to identify visually and audibly, but she has a whole smattering of interesting history and,
Nice.
it's like, why things happen for certain reasons and stuff like that. So it's kind of neat to hear her stories.
Yeah. And she was talking about how incredibly fast the hawks migrate. And it's because they seek, what was the term? They seek,
Oh. You mean like
yeah,
downdraft? No.
updrafts?
Updraft.
Updrafts.
Mm.
And that enables them to not have to expend a whole lot of energy
Yeah.
and to get to where they're going. And I thought she said that someone figured out that they would flap their wings less than, was it 5,000 times?
Yeah, I didn't catch that
I
piece.
think it was 5,000 times. Now we think of a goose, I mean,
Yeah.
but the hawks, get these updrafts, seeks them out, and that sort of carries them,
Yeah.
sort of like a jet stream, but it's not the jet stream
Yeah.
to get to where they're going. So
Smart.
it's very smart. I mean, those are little facts that are
Yeah.
usually unknown. Yes. Anyway, well, thank you. I think, have you finished with your?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one to start because we did get evidence of that in our field. The birds were migrating south, and
Mm.
I didn't expect to see them. I mean, we started out a gray morning that suddenly lightened up and the meadows came alive. And,
Oh, nice.
yeah, lots of different birds. Yeah, so Betsy's been out and about with a locksmith to get to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, who did monitoring for August?
Me.
Yeah, and how was that for you?
Everything looks fine to me, to my eye at least.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
just one branch that's kind of, by the picnic bench.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
as the trail goes in, it's low.
Did you trim out some
I didn't.
beech or birch?
No, I didn't.
Someone
trim it.
did.
I didn't want to, I thought of trimming it, but I didn't want to trim it now.
Yeah.
It's not a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone did, and I always go through there and bump my head. Don't think about it. But anyway, I'm glad you thought to not do it because of
Yeah, but
someone else did.
if we should, then I can go back in late October, November or something and do it.
Okay. Good, thank you.
Mhm.
Do you want me to keep going with Crane Brook?
Yeah, sure. Yep, that would be a,
So,
Yeah.
I got really frustrated and decided to cut the lock.
I see that.
Yeah. And I wondered, and we can have a conversation about it. It seemed like a pretty hefty lock for our needs, and maybe we really don't need something like that, or even a lock. I don't know, we can talk about it, or basically what's gonna go in the kiosk is printed material.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if people have thoughts about that, but,
I think that the reason Logan thought of the lock was that so many times the kiosk has been vandalized
mhm.
and the information that's in there is usually gone or defaced or something like that.
Mhm.
And that's why he thought that having that locked would mean only the folks that need to put information in there or take out the old information can access it. But clearly,
I don't know, do you think that was corroded as well,
Could have been, yeah.
being in the weather?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I just think like a standard twisty lock would be.
Then get maybe a couple keys and
Yeah,
keep one
exactly.
here and.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree, I think we can, this was like the Mercedes.
show it out, show it.
Pat and
Yeah, it's like a heavy duty. How much does it weigh? A pound?
Yeah, and they sawed right through it.
Yeah.
And look, the disc looked like a CD, and
Wow.
it was a handheld, like an electric drill contraption that he put the disc on and went zzzz, and sparks flew, and it was so exciting. But I made very little progress with the bolt cutters, and boy, did I have a lot of responses. So if you ever want bolt cutters or hacksaws, just put it on Front Porch Forum. So the other thing is, there are a few things. The picnic table needs repair, and I contacted Anton, and he said he would look at it. And he seems happy to do that. The walkway boardwalk has some confusion around it. The town, I spoke with Russ, and he said he didn't think the town should be doing it. He understood that Kyle's dad, Logan's dad was going to do it. And I got in touch with Brad, and Brad remembered, and I think, I don't know, that the town was going to do it. Anyway, Brad's working out who's going to, if the town, right now they're so busy with what they're doing. And I know it's not top on anyone's list, but the hope would be to have it there. Today I was there this morning, and there was a woman with 6 dogs.
Oh,
And 2 were on a leash, and 4 were sort of in voice command. She talked to them a lot, but they didn't seem to respond. And I mentioned to her that, we're really trying to keep it open and safe for wildlife. And she said, I've been walking here for a long time, and that's what I do. And I got her license plate.
good.
But I thought that was a little stupid, but anyway. The question on that is, and we have talked about cameras, do we want to monitor? And I have some feelings about it, but I don't know what other people think. I haven't seen, and you probably didn't see any poop, right?
Laurie or Pat, do you have any feelings about a game? Well, it would be a game camera, actually.
I thought the game camera was more for like preventing like 4-wheelers or cars from like going up some of the trails and tearing them up. I didn't know, so.
Yeah.
I've always
Patrick?
thought that dogs probably are a huge problem at certain times of the year. But, we had 2 Labradors for years, and they had no idea what a leash was. And they usually stayed home, but they also joined anybody who wanted to go for a hike in the woods. So I don't know if they were a problem in any way or not, but that's one of the reasons why I don't have a dog anymore, is I don't
Mhm.
feel like keeping a dog prisoner.
Yeah, so the times of year would be nesting and other times, like which could go
Well,
into.
deer season and nesting for grouse. Um, I'm not
Did he say
sure.
deer season?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure whether they bother any of those songbirds or not, but I know that our Jemmy thought she was a bird dog, so she probably was a problem.
Yeah, and I think that the recommendation is from the 30th of March until the 30th of June, that you would ask not to have any disturbance in the woods because of the, well, the, some of the birds that nest on the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I call them partridges, but they're not.
Gross.
Grouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grouse. And there are other kinds of birds that are low nesters.
Yeah. Woodcocks.
Yeah, the woodcocks and actually the grouse just leave their eggs sort of open
Jeez.
next to a tree sometimes. But I thought we talked about it, and then the guidelines are dogs should be in control at all times, and
Yeah, it's in here.
yeah, and I'm training my dog to heel, and she will be on a leash until I can be guaranteed that when I say heel, she'll heel, and when I say sit, she's going to sit.
Yeah.
And not run after deer, or especially the fawns or the porcupines,
Yeah.
whatever. So, but once she's learning that, I don't keep her I keep her right now on a leash at home because she's a puppy.
Yeah.
She could be dinner for somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the wording from the recommendation is walking dogs permitted on all trails, but must be leashed or under voice control. Dog waste must be picked up. So basically that's where we're at with that. And it seems like that's about all we can do. But maybe post the dates for the nesting and deer season, and I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, I think that would probably be good.
Or maybe it could go into the minutes as an action, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Betsy, thanks for being willing to have that conversation with her. And, it's good to just be a presence out there and know that there are people who are on that property. So,
Yeah, that, you're right about that for sure. And then as far as the map, there's nothing new on the map creation, so.
But in terms of steps, we need to have the map before we can put up the sign, the arrows.
Everything's ready to go except for the purchase and decision about the screws or the means to attach the blazes or markers. And it could be, could be another several months.
With the map.
Yeah.
So that gets us to winter. It's awfully cold on the little fingers.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
That's okay.
I'll check in again with Marcy in before our next meeting and see.
Okay. Okay. Anything else to add about Crane Brook? Okay. So the fall programs, and I put down the Mauve and Bernie debrief just because we sort of debriefed a little bit anyway, but it's,
And actually it's Maeve.
Maeve, I'm sorry.
Mav. Maeuv.
Maeo. Okay. Maeve is for it's called Maeve. This is what Mav told us, it's Maeve in the area in Ireland that touches water, so the coastal, and then it's Mav in the inlands where it doesn't touch water.
And what helps me remember is have Mav.
I got to remember that. Yeah. So, I thought, that we had folks that must have seen them posting that live in Williston
Oh, wow.
to come.
Nice.
They were actually friends of Mav and
Oh, they-
Bernie's, yeah. And, but, you know, I think Mav and Bernie are starting to get a little bit of a following because Jay Letterman came and he used to teach with Mav.
Oh,
So word's getting out.
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I just say one last thing about that?
Yeah.
I think they would love to come again and have it be the second annual, spring and fall. Probably too early to choose dates at this point, but I think
Yeah.
some of their message is about this earth that we live on and respect for it and delight in it.
I think it's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah, it's a good message.
A good message and for certain, well, for example, you know, everybody's, a lot of people have pollinators. And I happen to say, you know, I have pollinators, but quite frankly, the echinacea is getting out of control. And the conversation went, well, you know, that's not indigenous to Vermont.
Mhm.
That is really sort of an invasive in Vermont, if you look at it that way. And I mean, they just bring up different ideas that are a little bit different, cause you to think about, you know, what are you doing in the environment? I try not to have things that aren't indigenous to Vermont, but
Yeah.
I had no idea, and echinacea wasn't. Now I know. Now I feel like I can pull some of it out. Getting crazy.
Yeah, cultivated versus
Yeah.
indigenous.
Yeah,
Interesting difference.
big difference. So, but I thought that was good. I think we did. I think the advertising was good.
The advertising was excellent.
Yeah.
And thank you both, Lori and Karen, for getting it out. And Lori's amazing little poster. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having trouble trying to put the poster in Front Porch Forum. I can't do that.
I think they
Um,
only let you post an image if it's not an event. I think if it's like a for sale, something under one of the options, like you can only post an image if it's an item that's for sale. So that's a bummer, but
But it was really nice on the webpage,
yes.
good.
among other places. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was great.
And Betsy, how did the painting workshop go?
Oh, it was a fiasco because of the weather.
Yeah.
And canceled completely, but up for rescheduling. There were about 7 people who signed up, and 5 of those people, we went and had a wonderful short walk. There was a family of little children who stayed at the picnic table at the time it wasn't broken, and did some painting, but we ended early because of the rain.
Yeah.
And I suggested that I could reschedule it, but it will happen inside on 17 Krug Road, which is a barn. And I don't have a date for that yet.
Yeah. I was wondering if you actually did watercolors in the rain or something. That's why.
Yeah, no, and you know, hauling water was a problem, and the idea was a neat idea, but it has to be set up a little bit differently if it's gonna be outside.
Yeah.
In the future. But people really were excited. I mean, there were some people who had never watercolored before and they were sort of worried, and tried to help them understand that it was really just for fun and experimentation. And anyway, so I think what will follow is not a conservation commission sort of event, but a creative event of some sort. And I'll keep thinking of things that we can do otherwise.
Good. What popped into my head, and is that Amy has ordered the plantings for the wet area by the sliding hill. And Trinity has offered the seeds that she had purchased, if we want to spread them out, and they were going to do that at the same time. I was thinking that if we could coordinate and do the green corn ceremony when we're planting, at the same day as planting, helping plant, well, I don't know if Amy's going to want a lot of helpers, helping plant the seedlings that she's purchased, and then spreading seeds, but that might be interesting. And then you could have going sort of multi things going on, and then Dan could do his recycling as well, all in one Saturday morning. I don't know, that may not be logical, but at the time I thought, that'd be kind of an event to have an Abenaki ceremony, do the plantings and the seeds. I don't know, but Patrick, I don't know if your group is available, because I know that, for example, you're doing something this Saturday that was a makeup from last August, because it was rainy last August, aren't you?
We're doing a harvest event at Wheeler Farm on Dorset Street. We're doing that Saturday. But I haven't been able to, we did not have a council meeting last month because one of our council members, and there are only 4 of us, but one, I'm not sure what's wrong with her, but she's bleeding internally. And so we're hoping that somebody finds out what the hell it is and gets her fixed, because she's an amazing person. She makes all these jams and jellies out of things I never heard of making jams and jellies out of before, like Queen Anne's lace and things like that. So I'm hoping that she gets back on board, but like I said, we didn't have the council meeting, so I don't know what we can do. And we try to be extremely democratic, and so it's hard sometimes to get a decision because nobody can just say, "Okay, let's do it." It can't be done that way. And Morgan and I were talking about it, what to do, and Morgan came up with the idea uh, of the forgiveness moon ceremony. That's the first moon after the winter solstice, and nothing is happening out there at that time of the year. But anyway, we're still working on it, and we'll see how it goes this Saturday, and maybe we can do something later on in the month.
Yeah, I'll check.
Any one of the harvest type events that we know how to do is perfect for Conservation Commission. The Forgiveness Moon is not plant related. Really, it's sort of a way to start a new year and apologize for anything you did that hurt anybody, and just try to start with a clean slate. But that's a possibility too. Anyway, I'm still working on it. I was talking to one of the council members today, and we are having a council meeting this month, so we should be able to get it sorted out. This has been dragging on for quite a while, and we really need to get something determined.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be of interest. I think,
The moon thing? Or
well, even, I think the moon, the forgiveness,
Harvest.
the harvest, green corn is ceremony, I think is the harvest ceremony. Isn't that it?
Yes,
Green-
green
Yeah,
corn is a harvest ceremony,
yeah,
and
yeah. I
the
can see.
we will be doing some kind of harvest ceremony at the Wheeler Farm from 11 to 3 Saturday.
Saturday.
And it probably will be a bigger event than what we could do for the Conservation Commission because it's the Nulhegan Tribes event, but they don't know how to do it, and we do. So that's one sure way to get invited if you know how to do something that's very important to the event.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could go on Saturday. I can't. I mean, I'd like to go, but I have a horse racing on Saturday.
Could the forgiveness moon tie in with something that the rec committee does in the wintertime, like that celebration they have on top of Casey's Hill with hot cocoa and stuff,
Oh,
or by
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
it requires a bonfire,
yeah.
or as my
or,
granddaughter used to call it, a burn fire. And all it really, that's all you really need. And you need people to sing a song and think good thoughts and forgive people. And so it could be. It's certainly an interesting concept to uh, ask for forgiveness and forgive with no particular benefit except it makes you feel better.
And is that during the day or is that sort of an evening?
It's it's an evening thing usually. You you try to do it at dusk and get it over with um, before the next storm comes in. Because it's you know it's in the winter. I mean, what can I tell you? Winters are last winter was our ceremony. I thought I would never stop shivering. It was so cold. It was just
Yeah,
terrible cold. It was in January, and some of you may remember last January. Not very comfortable out there.
yeah. I do remember it. Yes, it was cold. So, okay, well,
So
that, I think,
I'm still working on trying to find a way that we can schedule something.
okay.
I know it seems like it takes forever, but we're a small nonprofit group, and it's sometimes it's kind of hard. We need more people.
yeah.
Any
Yeah,
any Abenakis in the group that want to join Alnabawi, or any white people who want to join as Nidoback?
I've not heard that term before.
Yeah.
Nidoback is friends.
Oh, friends.
Friends.
You're saying, yeah. Huh. Um,
And Abenaki language is interesting. Needleback is plural, needleba is singular, and that seems, it doesn't seem intuitive to me for it to be done that way, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Be sort of interesting to be able to reapprove some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little bit crunched though with my time right now with the horse thing going on. Horse things, I guess. I can't, but maybe at some point I'd like to. Yeah. Okay, so we have, well, why don't I'll connect with Amy again about a more exact date for when the plants are arriving and contact everyone and then see how that works with if Patrick's group could do the green corn, if we could do that, I think at the same day would be fun. I think that would be sort of interesting and sort of tying together. And we could, and then the recycling workshop, Dan is anxious to do that, but that's about a, what, 2 hour, an hour and a half workshop. I'm not sure what his timing is now. He wanted to do it in August, but by then we had already had our meeting, and so I will connect with him. But if we could do those together, or doing this ceremonies and the plantings together would make sense.
Just on the wildflower seeds, I peeked over there on my bike recently, and 2 spots germinated wildflower seeds, and the cosmos grew up like this, which is pretty cool, and then a coreopsis grew in another place, so it can, where we planted last spring. And the sunflowers, just in terms of that soil, are about this big, and they're teeny little sunflower heads, but I don't know if that monarch piece is another project, but we kind of lost our spearhead person.
We did. But the wildflowers in general, I mean, if that would be, might make sense to spread the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding with that though is you just kind of spread the seed.
Yeah, you have to scratch up the soil
Scratch a little bit, yeah. So we'll see if we can, I'll talk to Amy to get a better idea. At the time of the order, we were talking more about what was going to be ordered. When she was talking with them, and everything that she's ordering is free.
Wow, nice.
Which is really nice, yeah. So that's wonderful. Yeah. So do we have other things we want to?
I have another idea of something that would be educational and fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this until I just opened up the 5-year plan, but one item on the educational program and materials is how to use naturalists. And today I was thinking, holy smokes, people at the bug walk were being encouraged to use iNaturalist, and Bernie is quite skilled at it. And Mav is also trying to promote a couple of her books that she's written. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have him do a workshop on how to use iNaturalist at the library, and have Mav be able to promote her books a little bit, which have to do with romance and nature and romance, and collaborate, invite in the Jericho Conservation Commission to spread the word more, and enlist the space in the library. And that would be a really neat way to sort of extend and give back to them to support them. I think I, for one, have a very minimal understanding of how to use iNaturalist, and it is here under our programs. So I thought that could be something that would move into the winter when, anyway, I presented it to Mav in a email, and she's very excited. She thought that was a terrific idea.
I think it is.
And I told her that we would talk about it. Obviously, we've done similar things like that. It wouldn't be too terribly difficult.
Yeah, and Bernie actually seems to be is a natural teacher.
Yes.
So that would make sense.
There's other technology if we want to give it a technology kind of like bent, like the Merlin app for the deer or the birds. Stuff like that.
That was the Merlin, she was using it quite a bit yesterday. I mean, she could recognize them, but then confirmed their voice. That is, I have that. I keep forgetting that I have it on my cell phone.
So I'm willing to check back with them and tie in your thought somehow, how or who would do that, and see if they have, like, I could imagine it maybe not happening until after the first of the year, but come up with some date ideas and propose it to the library, and then come back collectively and see what fits.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be good. It'd be fun. So we might have 2 winter, but
Could even be some slides or something, I don't know. She said he needs a time limit because he'd go on forever.
yeah. I think he probably is gonna do a screens or maybe even screenshots or something. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be good.
Good.
Good. Well, we have some next steps already. Excuse me. Betsy's going to talk to them again, I guess, and the library too, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna send all these information about the different events that are coming up to everybody,
If you,
and
that'd be good. And then I can get them to Mandy, right? Amanda. Does she go by Mandy? Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and she could get them on the webpage too. As things come in that you know about, either just send them to her or for the webpage or to me, and I'll pass them on.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I'm very excited about the watershed one because it's dealing with the Lamoille, and basically we're sort of in the Lamoille. It's hard to believe that the Browns River goes all the way that way.
Yeah.
And then suddenly curves and ends up going back through, Westford and Cambridge to get into the Lamoille. And then we have the Seymour that comes off the Bear Paw area of Mount Mansfield. Pretty awesome. But yeah,
Water.
Yeah, that's water. Okay, good. So we have those next steps, and do we want to look at our plan? I have about.
Oh, you probably need to go.
Yeah.
By the time it goes up and.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to really quick do the minutes from last month, I noticed it wasn't on the agenda.
Oops,
August 13th minutes.
I am so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I read them. I thought they were very good.
Me too.
Okay, so has everyone read the minutes?
Mhm.
I think I do. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes.
Second it.
Okay. Any discussion about the minutes? I thought they were good.
Yeah.
No? No? Okay. All in favor then of approving the minutes? Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah, the minutes have, thank you, Laurie. Thanks for reminding me. I don't know why I left that out. I think why I did that, because there are two things here, is I did an updated version and I was been having terrible computer problems.
Oh.
So I couldn't even get into my documents.
Oh, jeez.
AI kept telling me that it was not safe.
Oh, geez.
And I
That's-
didn't sign up for AI on my computer, so,
Thanks, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, all right, is there a motion then to
I move
adjourn?
that we adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, all right, thank you very much for coming, everybody.
Oh,
I
did we
second
second it?
Yeah, second it, yeah, meeting is
All
on.
in
Bye.
favor?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
Thank you.
okay,
Goodbye, everyone.
goodbye.
Bye.
Ending the meeting at 7:41.